Hi, and today we're going to talk about brake fluid.
And here's a fact that surprises most people. Around 75% of the vehicles that visit our workshop have dangerously low brake fluid boiling point. This can lead to either brake failure or brake fade under heavy braking or extended downhill braking.
For those of you that didn't know already, brake fluid is actually hygroscopic. This means it actually absorbs moisture from the atmosphere, which lowers its boiling point. We don't just test for water content, we actually boil test the brake fluid. So what happens if your brake fluid boils while driving? Well, it only ever does it at speed, never does it in traffic. Your brake pedal's going to go soft or to the floor and you're going to lose your brakes.
So as we said before, 75% of the vehicles that come into this workshop fail a brake fluid boil test. This vehicle being one of them, as you saw, it tested at 198 degrees at its boiling point. The minimum value for .4 to boil at is 155, but once it gets below 155, we're in the critical stage. We always advise anything below 200 degrees to do a brake fluid change. Now we've checked the service history of this vehicle as well, and in the service history there's no record of brake fluid change since 2021. All manufacturers, Mercedes included, recommend a brake fluid change biannually, so the vehicle is actually overdue a brake fluid change. So we're going to do the brake fluid change, and we're not going to have somebody in the car pumping the pedal. We're going to use the diagnostic platform to put the vehicle into a service mode to do the brake fluid change, and then we use the brake bleeding system here to pressurise the system, and then me, the manual part of it, will be going around each wheel and bleeding the brakes. So we connect the bleeder to the reservoir, we take the cap off and we take the filter out, and we put the bleeder adapter on. The unit is powered by the car battery. There's a power lead which is connected to the car battery now. So we now start the brake bleeder, so we switch it on. So we set that to 2 bar, and then we'll individually go around the car, and the diagnostic tool will tell us which brake to bleed at any one time. The tool's telling us to start with the left rear brake, so we'll go around there, open the bleed screw and bleed it until it tells us to stop. So we crack off the bleed nipple, and there's the fluid away up the pipe. So we do that until the diagnostic tool tells us to stop. So now at the last wheel, it's asking us to do the right rear. It's asking us to open the bleed screw. I don't know if you can hear in the background there, that's the ABS pump running. So it's opening its valves, the pump's running, it's purging the brake fluid through. And now it's asked us to close. So that's the bleed complete. So that's how we do a brake fluid change with the aid of the diagnostic platform. What we found is we always get more brake fluid through when we do it this way, giving you a better brake fluid change.